Here is the new Shark Skwal i3 helmet, the only helmet in the world to have brake lights. Is this the future of motorcycle helmet protection? Let's talk about it. Now, for the general looks of the helmet, this is a concept that they previously did before with the Skwal 2. This time they've incorporated brake lights, which I will talk about later on, and how to use the features and how it actually works. This is a new helmet, meaning that it has to adhere to the new requirements, which is the UN ECE 2206 helmet safety requirements. Obviously, more testing, more vigorous testing makes for better protection for us. It does come in 3 color categories. Graphic categories, that is. You have the Linux, the Rad, and the one in front of you right now, the blank SP. This is the gloss black finish, and it comes around at 240-ish pounds, whereas the Rad and the Linux come in around 279 pounds. That's purely because of the graphics. The features and the whole overall build of the helmet is completely the same. Now, it is a polycarbonate, so it's a little bit heavier at 1500 grams at a size small. It does get heavier from medium onwards. So, working away from the exterior of the helmet before moving on to the inside, let's talk about the features that we can see here. So, on the top, you have 2 LED lights and 2 chin lights as well that work separately to the rear brake lights. You have 2 vents, one at the top and one at the chin. Also, the viewing from the visor itself and through the visor is relatively large, but not as large as you would expect on like a race helmet. But again, this is from their street lineup. The visor is PINLOCK ready with a PINLOCK 70 in the box, and it also has PINLOCK adjustment tensioners to give you that better seal around the PINLOCK. What I like about the new visors as well is the fins that are on the side. This actually creates vortexes for wind to pass through and reduce buffering and wind noise. If we move towards the back of the helmet, this is where we'll see the new spoiler with the integrated brake lights. The brake lights work independently, like I said, to the front brake lights, and are designed in a way that makes it look like a hypercar. But with that, it doesn't lose its functionality. It still reduces the wind and drag through the helmet and passes it through nicely. Again, this is in order to combat the stereotype of a polycarbonate shell helmet being loud, noisy and heavy. There's also a sun visor that can be found on the top through a toggle switch that is sliding from back to front in order to activate it. I'll show you it quickly right now as well. So on this helmet, we actually put the black visor on because it gives it that stealth and a really nice aesthetically pleasing look to the helmet. It does come from the box with a clear visor, and so you won't actually really need to get a separate visor alongside it because it also has the sun visor within the helmet system itself. Again, at a price point of around £249, it's insane the amount of technology and features that are within this helmet by Shark. Now, the different visors that you can get are the chrome, the black that you see right here, the blue, red and pink iridium visors. My favourite out of all of them is the TE50 because it has like a smoked black finish, but it's also a relatively clear visor. Let's look at how to remove the visor itself through their patented rapid no tool removal system is what they call it. You just press 2 pins on the side here, click, and it should be able to just pull out. If I had it all the way up in the up position, that is my bad. But to reinstall it, you literally just line it up to the little grooves, if you can see it, and she's back in, ready to go. On the inside of the helmet, at the back, you can see the little zip pocket where the cable for the charging system of the LED lights is situated. It is a USB-C charging port that's tucked away near the back. It has a zip that covers the cable when not in use, and also a bit of fabric to stop the zip from cutting into the back of your neck. Behind here as well, in the comfort liner, is a new thing that they have called a MORPHO pad. It's not in the descriptions online or on the websites. It is in the user manual. I read through it, and what it basically does, it's a removable washable strip that can be tightened around the nape of your neck to give you a better fit around your head. Flipping the helmet back over, if I open the visor, you can see 2 little slots to allow sunglasses to be inserted, or if you have prescription glasses, to have an easy fit within the helmet. They call it the easy fit system. So closing the visor, we'll go back to the inside. On the inside, it has a patented textile fixing system, which basically is a fancy way of saying the comfort liner fits really well with your face. It also has a micro ratchet clasp on the inside, giving you the most amount of flexibility on how tight or loose you want the helmet, with a rubberized toggle on the end for easy maneuverability or use when wearing gloves. Now, how did they do things? So, like I said earlier, they do only have 2 shell sizes, but they did 3D scan previous consumers' heads in order to develop what they call the best fit. It is also a Lexan ejected polycarbonate, which basically means it's a nicer mold and it's more consistent throughout the shell. With that being said, it allows for tighter tolerances when including the EPS liner as well as the comfort liner. The key selling point of this helmet is the new developed triaxial accelerometer that they've incorporated within the helmet's braking system and LED lights. Now, what that means is you don't have to connect it via Bluetooth connection or have it wired to your bike. It operates solely within the helmet itself and is done by your brake speed, and it flashes accordingly to that. So if you're braking at a normal rate, it'll flash 3 times a second. If you're rapidly braking, like in a case of emergency brake or a stroller coming across the street, it rapidly brakes at a rate of 5 times per second. Now I'm going to go over the different features and how to actually work the helmet's brake light system. So in order to turn it on, you just press it once on the side for 1 second. The flashes indicate how much percentage is actually in the helmet. 2 flashes mean it's below 30%, 3 flashes mean 30 to 70%, and 4 flashes mean it's pretty much fully charged. Pressing the button once turns it on and activates the lights, but it will only turn on once it receives like the helmet is braking. The next button, if you press it through mode 2, actually turns all the lights on completely. Again, the active braking is still activated, so you don't have to worry about that. The next feature on this is the flashing strobe lights. Again, the lights will flash rapidly at the rear when you're braking. In order to turn it off, you just hold down the button on the side for 4 seconds or until you see it start flashing like that. Oh, and now it's off. Now, my final thoughts on this helmet. I feel like the amount of technology and research and design that's gone into this helmet at the price point of only around £240 is actually phenomenal and relatively insane. So you have the lights that work independently front and back. You have a sun visor within the helmet. It's ECE 2206 approved. And you have multiple visor options and venting options. They've also designed it through 3D scanning of people's heads in order to give you the best fit. There's literally nothing wrong that I can see within this helmet. I feel like if you're looking for something that's a bang for your buck, then this is the helmet to go for. If you're a street rider, this is the helmet to go for. At that price point, that's normally an entry-level helmet. But with this, it's pretty much top of the line. So with that, I'll leave you with my own thoughts. If you like the video, please give us a like. Please consider subscribing as well. Leave your comments down below on your opinions of this helmet. Let me know if there's anything you don't like about it. But with that, ride safe and see you all soon.